So I have my own story. We're going to actually flash the pictures up for this when we put this through. But I never have cash anymore. But it was right before Christmas and I had all this cash and I'm going to use this, to buy Christmas gifts and whatever. I'd just gone to the bank. So I go into the grocery store, I do my shopping, I come back out, load everything in and put the cart back in the cart return and I get in the car. I drive up the street to go to lunch with her and I'm like, where's my purse? Where's my purse? Oh my gosh. And then I'm like, oh, I must have left it in the cart. I'm like, I remember loading the groceries in. I don't remember my purse being there. And I'm just like freaking out. So I drive back to the store. The guy's still sitting there. And at first I'm like, maybe it was him. So I go over and I said, hey, I just unloaded my groceries. You were here. Did you see anything? He's like, no, I'm just kind of avoiding going back to work. I'm just on my phone. And I'm like, oh my gosh, my purse is gone. My phone is gone. I have no way to contact my husband. It was snowing really bad that day too. And I'm just in a complete panic. So he said, if you want, you can use my phone to do the track my iPhone. And I'm like, oh, well, that's really nice of you, sure. So we plug it in, we see the phones in the grocery store. So he's like, you can take it, go ahead. So I walk in with his phone and I'm pushing the beep, how to alarm on your phone. And at one point in the store, I can hear it going off. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got him. Where is he? So then the beep goes away. I come back out and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I heard it and then I didn't. He's like, well, refresh it. So we refresh it and now it's across the street at Walgreens. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's probably buying gift cards with my debit card. I'm like, oh, just panicking. So he's like, if you want, you can follow me over there in your car and we'll see, So we go over there, then we refresh. It's still going down the road. So we start following, the tracker and it's still moving. And I'm like, he's somewhere up ahead in these cars. So suddenly it stops again. Now, what I'm going to say is we should have learned our lesson about the refreshing. Okay. So I get out, I'm super pissed. I walk up to this door, I pound on the door, this guy answers and I'm like, you stole my phone. I have the proof right here. Give it back to me, blah, blah. And he's like, I haven't left this house all day. And he points to his driveway and there's all this snow in it. There's no tire tracks. And I'm like, and sure enough, I refresh. The phone is back on the road. We pull up in front of a house. There's a van outside. It's in a very seedy neighborhood of Salt Lake, which I won't name because we don't want to offend anyone. And there's this van. And I'm just like, there's the guy sitting in there, looks like a shady individual. Again, that's all I'm going to say about him and why. I literally get out of the car, walk right. Well, first we called the police. So we called the police and told them we've tracked it. I can see my purse in his passenger seat. So this guy's behind me in his car. I'm in my car. And he jumps in my Jeep and I'm like, we caught the perp. We did it. We found the perp, and we're using all this law and order language, which was so dumb. We call the law enforcement. They're like, do not approach him. Do not go in the house. Do not go to the car, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, right. How do I know he's not buying stuff online right now? So I go right up to the window, knock on the window. He rolls down the window and I'm like, you stole my purse. That is my purse. Give it to me. And he's like, oh, just totally freaked out. He puts my phone back in, hands it to me. It was also really funny because we were pinging the phone still while we were driving, which we shouldn't have been doing. And you'd think a smart individual would be like, uh-oh, someone's trying to track this phone, throw it out the window, keep the purse with all the cash. Mm-hmm. So he hadn't taken any of the cash out or anything. You know what he was looking at when he rolled down the window? My driver's license with my address on it. It gave me the creeps. So we're freaking out. We've caught the guy. I have my purse back. I have the thing. The cops show up. They're like, well, what's the value in the purse? And they're trying to determine, how big of a charge it is. Because if it's over $500 or under, and it was over. So they're like, well, anyway, they pull up his record with us. They're like, you should never approach someone. You should never do this. This guy had 4 assault charges. He was a dangerous, violent criminal. And it was crazy. It was so crazy. But they're like, did you, he right when the cops pulled up, he actually left. And they were like, well, let's get your, statement first, whatever. They didn't right immediately go after him. Following day, the detective calls me and he's like, hey, would you mind sending over those photos you took? And I was like, yeah, are you going to use them to prosecute? He's like, no, it was just really funny. But we were posing like he was a hunting trophy, we were knelt down in front of the car. And at one point I'm literally pointing at him like, that's the guy. And he's just sitting there and we're taking all these photos of him. But hey, I got all my stuff back. And we actually did get the surveillance footage from the Smith's parking lot where he stole it. He walked behind me. So creepy. I'm literally, my kid's in the car, in her, car seat. He walked behind me while I was loading the groceries and just picked it right up and took it out. And the cops did not get that footage. So they saw it and were like, okay, I've seen him take it, obviously. And then they said, well, this really comes down to a he said, she said case. And I was like, How was that working out? You visibly saw him take it on, but I think they just genuinely were like, this isn't worth prosecuting, and you got your stuff back, who cares? But probably shouldn't have chased down that violent criminal. But the fact that I have like video and photo proof of this, which I will share in this podcast, is pretty fun.